Imagine what it'd be like being underwater, trapped underwater, aching for just a breath of air, wondering how long you're going to last, wondering how you got there in the first place, wondering what's going to break you free, letting you get back to the surface, if indeed you ever get back there. It seems endless, every moment, screaming out from within, wanting to break out, wanting to breathe once again, wanting your freedom, but no matter how hard you paddle, kick your legs, thrash your hands, nothing happens. You're still stuck there. I have a lot of empathy for your journey, and that's what your journey's been like in many cases. Like you're trapped somewhere without really knowing how you got there. Like you're trapped there trying so desperately to get out, asking for some sort of intervention, something to happen to bring you back up to the surface, to give you that liberation, that freedom, that ability to breathe, the ability to live again. I have tremendous empathy for what you've been going through. You've learned to go deep inside, asking the deep questions, why am I here? And knowing at some level there is a purpose. It wasn't a mistake, even though at times in your desperation you think it was all a big mistake getting trapped. You have tremendous ability to be strong, to be resilient, to follow that knowingness. There was something that brought you there, underwater like that. And even though you can't quite put your finger on it, you're so occupied now with just wanting that breath. You endure, you stay there. You put up with it. And I have tremendous empathy for what each and every one of you are doing. It's not easy. You knew that it was going to be tough. There are so many things happening. I mean, just being in biological form is tough to begin with, but also trapped in the mental form, trapped in this gravity, this density of the planet. But you knew you wanted and had to be here. And what you've gone through. What you've gone through, yes, it will give you incredible wisdom, a lot of stories to tell, but what you've gone through is truly superhuman. Truly is. I want to take just a moment to acknowledge all of you for what you've endured, for what you put up with. It's playing crazy in a way. And living here in this really dense gravity, in this biological reality, in the mind, and yet having that knowingness that there's more and staying here and being here. I'd just like to take a moment to express my gratitude, and on behalf of the Ascended Masters, to express that gratitude. I'd like you to feel that within yourself, and receiving that gratitude, receiving that thanks from each and every one of us. So you're here in this epic time. I can't emphasize that enough. Where one of the huge trends right now is consciousness. It's amazing to watch, to read about. Suddenly, consciousness has come to the surface. The world's talking about it now, and it's being pushed by things like AI. Does AI have consciousness? We're not here to solve these issues of AI or consciousness, but to be aware of them. AI is pushing so many things right now on every front. I just can't help to underline the importance of what's happening. You can't put your head in the sand anymore about it. The reason it's important is because you chose to stay here, and it is the biggest trend on the planet right now that it's occurring. The other trend that is happening, the thing that is happening that is of a lot of importance to Shambhala in particular, is magic. The magic is when we make the water disappear, the very water that, the ocean that we're supposedly drowning in. And it's really not magic once you start looking at it, the physics behind it. The other one that ties in, and it's not really so much an issue for the planet in general, but it is for Shaumbra, is love. This is the planet of love. This is where it started. Love is perhaps the most precious of the human experiences. To be able to love someone, to receive their love, but ultimately to love yourself. If you look at the big picture, why you're here, your big picture, it ties in directly with love and magic. As we go into this, there is no place for a lot of your old processing. I want you to really look at yourself, at the big picture. Are you still into the wounds and the processing and poor me and blaming it on others? Because where we need to go right now, there's no room for that whatsoever. There's no room for compromising. You can't keep compromising and negotiating with yourself and tiptoeing and what's going to happen to me. This is all or nothing. It has to be. You look at the convergence of everything that's happening on the planet right now. Never been like this before. And the convergence of why you're here, the convergence of now going to the next level of love and magic. There's no room for compromise or negotiation. It's only going to keep you in that drowning scenario. Let's go to the next step. Let's blow through this. Let's blow through the old gravity, limitations, trepidations. Let's get out of the mind and just do it. And if enough, Shaumbra, gather for this, have a desire for it, it will happen. Just open your awareness now to the light that has always been expansive. The very light that created gravity, the very light that goes far beyond gravity itself. You go into magic because, well, it's all just your energy anyway. How do you want to apply it? How do you want to let it serve you? It doesn't have to serve you just in the narrow spectrum. It can serve you full spectrum. Let's release the drowning human. Release the illusion of water. Release the illusion of suffocation. And set yourself free.